Good day. GE with the word here. I want to read just three verses from the 11th Psalm, David's Psalm. It reads, "In the Lord put I my trust. How say ye to my soul, flee as a bird to your mountain? For lo, the wicked bend their bow, they make ready their arrow upon the string, that they may privily shoot at the upright in heart. If the foundations be destroyed, what can the righteous do?" Now, David in this psalm was faced with great problems and a huge choice. He was confronted by his friends, his advisors, and maybe even himself with the possibility of great trials, even death. His friend and advisors said, "Flee. It's an ungodly time. Terrible people and terrible things are in control. Flee to the mountains." Now, David's choice was either to take the easy way out and get out of town or face his difficulties God's way. You and I are faced with choices every day, every moment. We can get up or we can sleep in. We can have cereal for breakfast or bacon and eggs, or go to work or call in sick. We can go to church or a ball game. Our very lives come down to the choices that we make. And as human beings, we often make the easy choice or the safe choice. We may face the decisions of unearned money or God, unearned goods or God, sin or God, the easy way or God's way. David made his choice. He said, "In the Lord put I my trust." Now, how about you and I? What happens when we choose something beside God and His way? Well, first of all, when we do that, it questions God's ability. Listen, I can stand in the pulpit of practically any Christian church in America and ask, "Do you believe God can take care of your problems, handle any situation that can arise in your life?" And practically every hand in the building will go up. And then cancer strikes, or a job is lost, or a loved one dies, or a home is burned, or a child is sick. And then what? Many times the raised hand is lowered, and the shoulders are slumped, and the mind slips into despair. The question arises, is God real? Can He really take me through this? Well, listen, David made his choice. He said, "In the Lord put I my trust." I know things bad could happen, but in the Lord put I my trust. So, what else happens when we choose something besides God and His way? Well, it also magnifies your problems. It magnifies them both externally and internally. Externally, when you choose the wrong thing, not God's way, your child could see your sin and copy. Your boss could find out about that item you took from work. Your spouse could find out your failure. You could cause someone else to fall. Somebody, listen, somebody, and especially God, but somebody is always watching you. And if you choose the wrong thing, you lose your witness. That's the external part. Internally, it will magnify your problems because your own personal worth is lessened. Listen, you are the temple of God, and when you choose the wrong way, your internal worth to yourself is lessened, and your desire to be a worthy child of God is diminished. You, Christian, do not want or need the problems that come from choosing the wrong way. It magnifies your problems. What else happens when you choose something besides God and His way? Well, in verse 3, he writes, "If the foundations be destroyed, what can the righteous do?" Well, it cuts the foundation of your very life. My friend, when we make decisions outside of God's will, not only are we questioning God's ability and magnifying our problems, but the very foundation of our lives are cut from us. I was a building contractor for a number of years. We built houses and buildings. We repaired houses built by others. I can tell you that many of the problems encountered with buildings are a result of foundational problems. And so it is with our lives. Any building, whether it be brick and mortar or whether it be flesh and bone, spiritual, any building must have a good foundation to be what it is supposed to be. Wrong choices outside of God's will tempt you to make wrong decisions in the future. It'll cause you to be more likely to fail when the next challenge comes, all because you have gotten away from Him. Listen, are you facing some things in your life where you're going to have to make a decision? Maybe it's something big. Let me encourage you to make your choice God's way. Remember what David said, "In the Lord put I my trust." May God bless and guide you this day and in those to come.